Hello, fifth graders. Today we are going to be talking about something called graphic design. Graphic designers are special kinds of artists. Graphic designers usually make things for us like movie posters to advertise for a movie that might be coming out. Graphic designers also make things like CD covers for musicians or your favorite bands. Graphic designers also make advertisements like for ketchup or soda. They also might make the labels or the designs that are on these kinds of things we use in day-to-day life. They make things like book covers as well. Graphic designers make all kinds of things in our popular culture. We are going to be graphic designers and make our yearbook together. Our theme for this year's yearbook is going to be reaching for the stars. So that means we're going to have planets and stars and things like that in our yearbook. We are going to have it looking something like this, where there are stars in the sky all together, and then we're going to have some hands reaching up for the stars. Boys and girls, we are going to design this together. That means that we are all going to have a part in this year's yearbook. We are going to be given a sheet of paper that has 2 stars on it. I need you to design 2 different designs. You need to complete both of these stars so that we can pick our favorite one for our final yearbook cover. Boys and girls, we are going to be using colored pencils for this year's yearbook. I'm going to show you a few different techniques of how you can not only just color things in with colored pencils, but you can use blending to make them look really neat. The first thing that I'm going to show you is called a color pressure blend. So this you're going to use pressure from pressing really hard to pressing lighter and lighter as you go. So you'll notice that my colored pencil looks really dark, and then I gradually ease up the pressure on the colored pencil so it gets lighter and lighter. This is called a gradient, from darkest to lightest, just using one colored pencil, pressing really hard, and then gradually pressing lighter. Now I'm going to show you a 3-color blend. Start with your darkest of the 3 colors. Then you're going to grab the next lightest one. You're going to overlap these colors, pressing fairly lightly so that they blend together really well. Then you're going to go to your lightest color, and you're going to overlap them a little bit too. Remember to press pretty lightly so that you get a good blend. That is your 3-color blend. You don't have to use the same color. You could use totally different 3 colors as well. Now I'm going to show you a 2-color blend. So I started with my darker of the 2 colors. Then I'm going to grab my lighter of the 2, overlapping them a little bit, and then going to the lightest. That is my 2-color blend. Remember when you're blending these to use a fairly light pressure. That means you're pressing lightly. Now I'm going to show you 2 totally different color blends where they're going to mix in the middle. First I start with my blue, and then I'm going to go in overlapping with my yellow. Now we know that blue and yellow make green. So you'll notice it starts with the blue, then where it overlaps, it turns a little bit green, and then it goes to the yellow. This is a really cool way to get a color blend too. So that's a color mix where you're using two colors to mix together. Another way to get a good blend is to go over something with white. This kind of helps the colors blend a little bit more together. I want you to use your practice page to experiment with color mixing. After you practice blending, you can start your design on your stars. Start with pencil first, then trace with a Sharpie marker, and after that, you'll want to erase any extra pencil lines that you see. After you trace and erase, you can go ahead and start coloring in your design with colored pencil. Please use the thumb rule when you draw. Any details in your drawing should not be any smaller than your thumb, or they will not show up on the final yearbook cover.